welcome back to Butcher That Model. Just a quick one. We did this, and then we did this. I quite like both of them. I then had an idea. Why not combine the two? Do a bit of experimental diorama work. Now, if we do it like this and then give it a very, very thin coat of almost clear resin, just to make this look a bit wetter. Does that make sense? It's probably not an English dictionary, wetterer. It's wetterer. If it's wetter than it was wet, it must be wetterer. We'll go for that. We're going to make that wetterer, but not using that because that's finished. I nipped out and I bought, I was a bit naughty, it wasn't naughty. I bought that because I live in Portsmouth. You live in Portsmouth, you've got to build H.M.S Victory. In fact, H.M.S Victory is about 500 metres that way from where I'm sitting right now. Seriously, I live very close to the dockyard wall. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and it's very, very simple build. There's actually on the instruction sheet. That's it. It's just the one sheet. It's very, very simple build. A little bit tricky on the painting when you're doing the sides. Okay, you do get the paints for it. It's a starter kit for $9.99. It's not a bad little build. It's a new tool, but it's not the greatest new tool, I must admit. It's very reminiscent of the old one with the same old fitting issues, but it's doable. But this isn't about the ship. This is just the subject that's going in. It's about the diorama. So what I'll do is I'll do the same as we did. We'll use the wall filler, and then we'll wet it, and then attack it with the plastic spoon. Put some wave action in there. Leave it to dry for a day. Paint it, and then hopefully see what the resin can do to it. So it's just a bit of an experiment. It's not really a build. This is me getting experimental. I try these things so you don't have to. Anyway, I'm going to pause it at that, and next time you see it, we'll get the frame done. All right. So I'll see you in a minute, in a bit, in an hour or two tomorrow. It's a time machine. It's a time machine. We're back. See, it's been 24 hours. Our plasters had time to dry, and our subject sits just about right. So on to the next stage. What we'll do is we'll paint it blue, leave it to dry, and then we'll do the dry brushing technique again with the white. All right. So I'll crack on with that, and I'll see you in a second, in a minute, in no time at all. It's time machine. Time machine, look, there you go. Right, that's our time to dry now. So we'll do the old dry brushing technique. A little bit on the end, most of it off, and then really gently start picking up the high points. Don't flick the paper everywhere. Remember to keep all in the one direction though, to start with. Just picking up the points of the tips of the waves, and oh, it's knocked a bit off then. We'll cover that, it's fine. Look, it's white, it'll blend in. I'll just keep working at it. Remember, don't put any pressure on with your brush. You're basically just flicking it across the tips. Start putting pressure on, you'll go too deep and you'll end up with putting the white in the recessed areas. You don't want that. You want to nice and blue and dark, and around this edge you really want to start working a lot around where the ship's going to be. Get it in there. Get it all picked out. Right. We gently just pop the Victory in there. Right, so we'll carry on working on that for a little bit, building it up. Right. Hopefully without damaging the ship. Remember, just a tiny bit on the end of your brush and then work it in the paper, get most of it off. And it really is just patience and just very slowly just building it up. Let the bristles do the work for you. Just get them pigments on there. Then what we'll do is we'll go in with some, like we did last time on the resin bit, then we'll change up to cotton wool and PVA glue again, and we'll get it around the edges, and don't bother so much around the outside again with the waist. I think we've got quite a nice wave pattern formed anyway, so just in around where the ship's going to be, we'll just get in there with the PVA glue and the cotton wool. We'll give this a little bit of time to dry off. I reckon if we go any more than that, we're going to start covering too much. So we'll leave that to dry again, and then we'll get onto the cotton wool, get Victory in there, get her seated in there, and then we'll get the frame on, and then get the resin on the job. Right then, so I'll see you in a minute, in a second, in a bit. Time machine! Time machine! Look, we're back, see? Right, that's our time to dry now. So, let's get our PVA, cotton wool, the next bit we need. And we'll just concentrate on where the ship is on this one. It's like I said, I think we've got quite a nice wave pattern already established without going too mad with cotton wool. PVA, right, some cotton wool, get it really thinned out. A tiny bit goes a long way with this technique. Literally get it as thin as we can. And just get it in there. This is the messy bit. Tiny bits from where we need to be. Tiny bits. Get in there, get it all squeezed in. And this time we'll get some out the back as well. We'll really make a nice disturb bit where the ship's been. What do you call that? Obviously it's a sailing ship, so there weren't propellers in those days, but it would have still have formed a bit of a weight behind. Bean. Right, so we'll get the PVA in now. Get a bit more on the edge, actually. Get a bit more down that side. Don't forget it off the fingers. It's messy fun. It's the best bit. Right then. So we'll get the PVA in, and then we'll get Victory setting up where she's going to be. Oh, I don't. You just got to play with it and get it how you want it. I'm not happy with that bit down there. There's not enough on that edge there, so we'll try and tease her out. around there. Plonk it back in again. I reckon when we come to put the PVA resin in that bit, really make it up like there's moving water there. It's just giving that illusion of movement. That's the secret. What you're trying to recreate is like a 3D photograph, really, of a moment in time, just a brief second in time. And that's the beauty of dioramas. You can tell all sorts of stories with a diorama. But the good thing is the person that's looking at it can make up their own story as well. And that's the beauty, honestly, of doing dioramas. You'll come to love dioramas in the end. Basically just telling a story from a second, a fraction of time. Because it's a time machine. Right, so let's leave that to dry again. That's the effect you're going for. Right. It looks a bit stark and barren at the moment, but once the resin mixes with the fibres, it really does start to look like moving water. Right, so we'll be back in a bit when that's all the time to dry, and then we'll get on to the resiny bit, because what is it? Time machine. We're back in again, right, time machine time. Right then, let's get this pouring done quick. Squidge it in there. Oh, this stuff's stinky. Right, get that in there. Get that in. Right, tiny bit of blue. Literally, we want to treat this as really clear. Literally, a couple of tiny drops. And then an old paintbrush. Just get it mixed in. And get it poured. And we'll try and get it in, get it round, get it mixed. You really haven't got time to mess about when you're doing this stuff. About, get it in where the ship is, in with the cotton wool. And all up and covered. Oh no, don't get it on the frame. Idiot. Dave's an idiot. It'll mixed in now. Try and get the resin to work its way around while it's still fluid and liquid. Because all of a sudden it's just going to go, no, I'm not moving. I'm resin, I don't want to move. And then where the ship is, where the cotton wool is, really start to work at it and poke it and prod it and get it to form peaks and waves and so I can get it round the ship. It's going to start to get to. I'm moving off camera, sorry. Dave's an idiot, don't be like Dave. Now it's really starting to get a bit harder now, so we can start to just do form little waves, and then all of a sudden it'll just go, dump, I'm not working now. And it's getting to that stage where it's getting really hard to work it, flick it, and get it to form peaks and troughs and little rough bits. And see how much I'm struggling now to try and, that's the bit you want it to really work at it. That will give you your chaotic, oh no, it's lifted. It's lifted from that bit. That's what I didn't want to happen. Well, it's been a disaster. It's been an incident. This is getting a bit stiff now. We may be lucky. I think we're lucky. We're lucky we've got away with it. Let's try and get that in there. And the back. Right, so we'll leave that now to do its thing. I'm going to go in again with the dry brush anyway. A bit of blue paint. I want a bit of blue in there. Hopefully. Let's lay down, which it isn't quite doing. Right, don't fiddle. Don't fiddle. So we've got it. So it's starting to look pretty cool actually. Right, so we'll put that somewhere to smell and to dry on its own. And we'll be back to do a bit of dry brushing and we'll see how it goes. It's a time machine, you know, in the room again. Look, see? Right then, that's that time to dry now. Giving that an hour. So what we'll do now is we'll just very, very lightly do the dry brushing again on the top, and we'll pick out all the wave peaks and crests and all the lumpy wumpy bits. And hopefully that'll give us our best results with mixing the two techniques together. So let's get in there and just pick out. You have to be careful we don't actually dry brush H.M.S Victory with white and the picture frame as well. So we'll have to be just a little bit careful. Let's just pick out where we need to. Obviously down the side of Victory, so we'll have to be careful. A bit more there. Just very, very lightly letting the bristles do the work. Not, you know, I'm not putting any sort of huge amounts of pressure on. It's really starting to pick out now. Literally where we want it. Get around the front because that's going to be very disturbed. One of my favourite bands actually, Disturbed. Down with the sickness. Yeah, I won't be in my 50s, but I do like my metal. I know it's not everybody's taste. I do sit at the bench sometimes listening to Disturbed and Five Finger Death Punch. A lot of AC/DC. It's just, you know, we all have our thing. I'm quite lucky actually, my eldest daughters are still at home. They bought me tickets, a tip ballet ticket to go and see Iron Maiden very shortly in Manchester, so that'll be a train trip in Portsmouth and a hotel for the night. I'm quite looking forward to go and see Iron Maiden again. I haven't seen them for years. Well, if you're watching this in a couple of years' time, it's been and gone. It was great. Loved it. It was a great concert. Right, let's try and get in there and get it all. And obviously, I can't go with the flow of the water, so I'm very, very gently trying to take out. I know, I see. It's starting to look pretty good actually. As a technique, that's one I think we're going to have to use again, you know. So, I don't know what happened there. I think it glitched out on the camera phone sort of glitched out a little bit. Right, I've done the dry brushing. I don't know how far we got. I'll have a look in a minute. I'll go back and have a look. But combining the two techniques, left it to dry for an hour, give it a dry brushing, and I'll take some stills, like I said, with the submarine and H.M.S HOOD next to it, like a downward view, and we'll see what we think. But overall, I was just sitting there and working that out. The picture frame we used before, there were £2 for £1, wasn't it? It was £9 for the ship. That's 9. We'll call it £10, £9.99. So £10 for the ship, £1 for the frame, because it was alright. It was 50p, but it was 2 for £1. £2 for the resin, £1 for the filler, and the pots. We're looking at £15. For £15, you can make something that's pretty cool, you know. So we'll leave it at that. We'll take the stills and see what you think. So our next build, we'll get on with the main World War tunes. This was just a little, I've had an idea, let's crack on and try it. You know, 15 quid, you can't go wrong. So I'll see you in the tunes, the World War tunes Panther vids. Alright, have fun. Don't play on your Xbox all day. Try a bit of model making. Don't sit doing that all day. Get outside and enjoy yourself. Get in the fresh air. Go and meet people. Go and have an adventure, like I say. Always tell your grown-ups. Tell somebody what you're doing and where you're going. Alright? Always be safe. And stay safe, and I'll see you again. Time machine.